Good evening. My name is Galan, and I will be your guard for the night. Sit and drink, and feel the comfort Herat brings us once again, the victory of Beowulf to be endured by all. While this moment shall be cherished by us, let us not forget the past that has brought us here. Through this, I will speak of the great attack on Friesland, where the king of Danes met death. Hildebra had little cause to credit the Jutes. Son and brother, she lost them both on the battlefield. She, bereft and blameless, they, foredoomed, cut down, and spear-gored. She, the woman in shock, waylaid by grief. Hawk's daughter, how could she not lament her fate, when morning came, and the light broke on her murdered dears? And so farewell delight on earth. War carried away Finn's troop of thanes, all but a few. How then could Finn hold the line or fight on to the end with Hengist? How save the rump of his force from the enemy chief? So truce was offered as follows. First, separate quarters to be cleared for the Danes, hall and throne to be shared with the Frasians. Then, second, every day at the dole out of gifts, Finn, son of Folkwald, shall honor the Danes, bestow with an even hand to Hengist and Hengist's men the wrought gold rings, bounty to match the measure he gave his own Frasians, to keep morale in the beer hall high. Both sides then sealed their agreement. With oaths to Hengist, Finn swore openly, solemnly, that their battle survivors would be guaranteed honor and status. No infringement by word or deed, no provocation would be permitted. Their own ring-giver, after all, was dead and gone. They were leaderless, and forced allegiance to his murderer. So if any Frasian stirred up bad blood, with insinuations or taunts about this, the blade of the sword would arbitrate it. A funeral pyre was then prepared, in fulgent gold, brought up from the hoard. The pride and prince of the shieldings lay awaiting the flame. Everywhere there were blood-plastered coats of mail. The pyre was heaped with boar-shaped helmets forged in gold, with the gashed corpses of well-born Danes. Many had fallen. Then Hildebra ordered her own son's body be burnt with knafs, the flesh of his bones to sputter and blaze beside his uncle's. The woman wailed and sang keens. The warrior went up. Carcass flames swirled and fumed. They stood round the burial mound and howled as heads melted. Crusted gashes spattered and ran bloody matter. The glutton element flamed and consumed the dead of both sides. Their great days were gone. Warriors scattered to homes and forts all over Friesland, fewer now feeling loss of friends. Hengist stayed, lived out the whole resentful, blood-sullen winter with Finn, homesick and helpless. No ring-whirled prow could up then and away on the sea. Wind and water raged with storms, wave and shingle were shackled in ice, until another year appeared in the yard, as it does to this day, the seasons constant, the wonder of light coming over us. Then winter was gone. Earth's lap grew lovely. Longing woke in the cooped-up exile from a voyage home. But more for vengeance, some way of bringing things to a head. His sword-arm hankered to greet the Jutes. So he did not bulk once Holofang placed on his lap dazzled the jewel, the best sword of all, whose edges Jutes knew only too well. Thus blood was spilled. The gallant Finn slain in his home after Guthlaf and Oslaf, back from their voyage, made old accusations. The brutal ambush, the fate they had suffered, all blamed on Finn. The wildness in them had to brim over. The hall ran red with blood of enemies. Finn was cut down, the queen brought away, and everything the shieldings could find inside Finn's walls. The Frasian king's gold collars and gemstones swept off to the ship. Over sea lanes, then back to Daneland, the warrior troop bore that lady home. And thus, the fall of the Frasians reminds us, even while we sit and celebrate our great victory, even the almighty fall.